guys, it's Reagan, and today I'm filming, I don't know, a fun video that I'm excited to film, and that is going to be prequel series or books that I wish existed, that I want right now, because I just feel like there are books out there that could really benefit from a prequel series, or not even benefit, just that I purely want one selfishly. Before I jump in, I do want to quickly apologize for, again, any construction noise you hear. I've mentioned this in the past, but there's just like endless and ceaseless construction in front of my place of dwelling pretty much 24/7. It wakes me up at like 6 a.m. and it doesn't stop until like 8. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. So the first book I have to mention first, just get it out of the way because it's obvious, and that is Harry Potter. I would love a prequel series that follows the First Order of the Phoenix. This could be literally like right before everyone died, and the end of the book could be like everyone died. Or it could be them in the schooling ages, or all of it, or just whatever they want to give me, or like an expanded historical fiction novel series about a particular character that's unrelated to the Potter family. I will take anything. Obviously, I know J.K. Rowling has released a lot and put it on Pottermore, but something in a bound book just appeals to me, and I don't know. I just really want it. I just will always want more in the Harry Potter world. I'll never be satisfied. I will never stop asking things of J.K. Rowling. I'm sorry, J.K. But it's gonna keep happening. I'm always gonna want more. This book is kind of in the same vein as Harry Potter, sort of, and that is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. By prequel, I just basically mean I want the rest of the books in this series. Carry On is written as fan fiction, and it's basically a fan fiction of Harry Potter from one of Rainbow's other books, a contemporary book called Fangirl. This is a pretty meta book. It essentially is a Harry Potter fan fiction, and it's set in the 7th book of this fictional series. I think it would be great to be able to follow these characters, Baz and Simon Snow, from book 1, because we started book 7, but I think it would be great to have, you know, 1 through 6 in there as well, and I actually think it would really help with some of the character development that I felt kind of lacked a bit in the actual Carry On if we had a full-fledged series. Granted, I know this is a lot to ask of Miss Rainbow Rowell, but, you know, give the people what they want, or I don't know, I just think it would be really great. She did a fantastic job, so, you know, might as well just go all in. Next up is a prequel to Percy Jackson. Now I have a particular request for this. I don't necessarily want anything like a generation prior, even following any of the characters that are mentioned in this series. Rather, I think it'd be super cool to follow some of the historical giant moments that are briefly mentioned. Like they mentioned a huge demigod fight during World War II. Like what if there was just one World War II historical fiction prequel, Percy Jackson, that takes these very well-known historical events like World War II and paint them in this demigod Percy Jackson world lens. Or like, doesn't that just sound super cool? Like a one-off book of a very famous and important tale, like something they would learn in their classes, Roman or Greek. I just think it would be super, super cool. World War II, I bet there's one for Vietnam War. Pretty much every major like world historical event of, you know, could be painted in the light of it was actually a demigod conflict. So I just think that would be so cool. Like the Civil War, I don't know. I just think it'd be really neat. The next prequel series I totally want is from The Raven Voice by Maggie Stiefvater. This is a story that follows our main character Blue, who lives in this small southern town, and she's raised by a group of very eccentric women. Her aunts, her mother, they all have magical powers, and they're weird. Honestly, and the fact that they're so weird makes me love them so much, so I want to know their story. Like, I want to follow them growing up. Like, I would love to have Blue's mother and the story of how she met Blue's father, and all of that stuff, and just really have like a full book set like 30 years prior to these events, and just follow these women like come into their powers, come into their own, and like maybe buy that house and settle down where they have in the South or in Virginia. I believe this is where it takes place. It just, I think it would be like really, really cool. Maggie Stiefvater has this wonderful writing, and just the eccentricity and the whimsy of this series I feel like would just really, that sort of, I just feel like that offshoot would really appeal to me, following these like ladies coming into their own power. And also I just really like them, and I think they're really funny, so I want more. Next up is a prequel to the Demon King series by Cindy Williams Chima. We currently are getting a spin-off series of this, so I really shouldn't be so spoiled to also ask for a prequel series, but I just think the world is so great. There's a tale mentioned in this that follows the Demon King, who is like a historical figure within this fantasy realm, and I think it would be really awesome to have one book or even novella following this origin story, following the Demon King, like how he rose to power, how we got all of that, and just kind of, I mean, it's definitely hinted at and sort of explained in this series, but just having a whole book following the two historical pivotal characters that set up this world, I think would be so fascinating and cool, and I would totally buy it and read it. And the last book I'm going to mention for a prequel series is Falling Kingdoms. We technically have a prequel series for this too, but it's set way before the events of Falling Kingdoms. I'm talking about a prequel series about a generation before these characters are. Essentially, there's a few characters that you find out in the most recent book are connected in a very interesting way, and I would just like more information about that. Like, they seem like one-dimensional evil characters, and they get more complex in the newest book, and it makes me intrigued to find out their backstory more clearly and just kind of read from their perspective to understand the life decisions they made to get to the point of where they are in this series. I always love reading backstories, even from villains to just random side older characters that are just pivotal in the growth of our main characters in a current series, because I just think they're so interesting and I always want more, you know? Alrighty guys, that is my selfish wish of prequel desires. I really would love all these series to actually exist, but you know, here's to hoping. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below some book series you would love to have prequels to, if that makes sense. And I will see you soon with another video soon. Goodbye!